The Trevor Jackson Podcast.
Something to me. I read it, but I kept going because we got a couple of comments. But to me, like I feel like slavery still exists, fam. I just feel like it's in a different form of slavery. Do you agree with that, or is that something that you don't think? Do you think slavery still exists?
Absolutely, slavery still exists. Slavery still exists when you get beat at home as a child for doing something wrong, and it chemically rewires your brain to have a higher level of risk tolerance and a higher level of a pain threshold because you're being conditioned through slave practices about what to do right or wrong and taking physical punishment for it. We still are enslaving and indoctrinating ourselves as a youth. It's a defense mechanism that the parent is using when they're hitting their child because they see their child as a threat. And it's a distrust that the child has from the parent from early on. So if you look at everybody who's really been to prison or who goes through the penal system, that is a form of slavery. They have been beat. They've been subjugated to violence. They have low literacy scores, and they have institutionalized slavery before you get locked up. It goes from you get suspended to detention to going to detention centers. So slavery is no longer outside of the body anymore. It's inside of the mind. So slavery still does exist.
That's what I was about to say. The slavery to me exists mentally. It's not physical no more. It's just a mental form of slavery because people can't free their mind. That's what I think. Miss Mickey responded to the conversation that we're having. And Mickey, if you got the time, call into the show. You see the number right up under me. I would highly appreciate to hear your perspective because you always give good takes every time you call into shows. And I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people who can train themselves financial discipline if needed. Who are we to tell other people how to spend their money?
I got a question though. If anybody here has gotten any settlement money, have gotten even a grant money from student loan money or scholarship, whatever. If you came into a big lump sum of money at a certain age where you did not have any financial literacy to move this money around or to do the right thing with it, you have anxiety, you have a level of uncertainty. You don't have to be somebody who's ignorant to it, but I believe that most people, if you do come into a lump sum of money, you would like and you would prefer to have a little bit of, a heads up or a little bit of a navigation on what to do with the right thing money. If you got $3 million tomorrow, right? What are you going to do? You're going to go to a financial advisor, right? That's a smart thing. You're going to go to a banking and brokerage system. You're going to go to you're going to go to somebody who knows money more than you, who can help you move the money around. That is a financial literate decision to make. The unliterate decision is thinking you got $3.2 million, and because that check hits your bank account today, you are $2.3 million smarter than you were yesterday. And that's why that 2.3 is going to be gone in 2.3 months. Because you got the money, now you know better than the nigga who works at a financial institution for 30 years, and because he's black and he's an FA, you might not trust him. You might think he's going to swindle. And the sad thing about it, he might swindle your money. So it is a level of distrust that black people naturally have with telling people how much money they make, telling people where the money is, and asking what to do with this money once they told them, because we always have this mindset, don't show your plate to a nigga that's hungry.
We got a caller, fam. Detroit tapping in. You done got passionate and got the folk calling in, fam.
Come on, man.
Hey, you tapped in the Trevor Jackson podcast, and I got Florida boy Jay on the line with me. What's popping with you tonight?
It's me calling.
It's Miss Mickey.
Give you my perspective. It is.
Thank you.
Okay, listen here.
Talk to us.
I ain't want to tell my business, but he said I got a question for you. So I'm going to answer your question. When I was 17 years old, my father had passed, and I got an inheritance. $3.2 million.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.